Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Chelsea Cora and today I am sharing my top 3 tips for manifestation. Tip number 1 for manifestation has to do with non-attachment, or rather letting go of your attachment to the outcome. One of the best analogies I've heard for this is to imagine that you are at a restaurant and you're putting your order in with the server. So let's say you're going to order the pasta. So you tell this to your server, the server goes and puts it into the computer or sends it to the kitchen, and you stop thinking about it after that. You don't worry about whether or not your order is going to come to you. You just trust that eventually that server is going to bring back to you your pasta dish. You're not going in the kitchen to go check on it. You're not flagging her down saying, hey, excuse me, Miss Waitress or Mr. Server, is my pasta actually going to come? Is it really going to come? I really want it to come. You don't do any of that. You just put your order in, forget about it, and trust that it's going to come back to you. So this is the same thing with a law of attraction and manifestation, because when there's that clinginess or that neediness for your manifestation to come through, then there's no trust, there's no faith, there's no knowing. And this is when you create separation and distance between yourself and whatever it is you're trying to manifest. So invoking the energy of playfulness and experimentation can be really good here, because when you're playing around or when you're experimenting, you don't have that attachment to the outcome. You don't need for it to happen. You're just exploring and you're saying, I wonder what happens if I sit here and I visualize $1,000 hitting my bank account for no apparent reason, and I really feel into the excitement and the joy and the sensory experience of what that would be like. And then I forget about it. I send it back out to the universe and we'll see if it happens or if it doesn't. And sometimes manifestation can happen when you sit down and visualize it once, or sometimes you have to sit down and visualize it multiple times, maybe once per day until it happens. But once you get up from that meditation or that visualization process, letting it go, not carrying it with you throughout the rest of the day, not checking your bank account incessantly to see if that $1,000 is there, just playing, having an experimental outlook. So this is why it's a great idea to start with some low stakes items or manifestations to begin with, because if you're really trying to manifest your rent next month, there's a good chance it's not going to happen, because there's a lot of stakes, a lot weighing on you being able to pay your rent or not. Instead, focus on something really simple, like a new article of clothing that you really want. Just manifest it coming to you in some way that is not you going out and buying it. Or $100, right? Maybe if you're not super strapped for cash and $100 isn't going to make or break you right now, you could just visualize $100 coming to your way in an unexpected and unknown way. My second tip for manifestation, and this is something that can charge and magnetize whatever it is you're trying to manifest, is when you visualize yourself getting whatever it is that you want, whether it's money or better health or a physical object or a relationship or anything it is that you want to manifest. Imagine, sense, feel not only yourself getting it, but also everybody else getting it, or everybody else who wants that thing. Everybody else who might be trying to improve their health. Imagine that you could feel everybody in the whole world manifesting better health for themselves. And one of the reasons why this makes you so much more magnetic, one of the reasons why it supercharges your manifestation, is because at our core essence, we are actually all one. We are all part of the same consciousness. I'm sure you've heard this or perhaps felt this at one point or another. And sometimes when we are on a journey of manifestation, we can have these blinders on because we're thinking about ourselves only, and we're thinking about things that we want to make our personal lives better. I want more money in my bank account. I want better health for my body. I want a relationship for myself so I can be more happy and fulfilled, etc. And there's nothing wrong with these things, but when we're thinking of ourselves as only that individual unit that's separate from other people or other things, not only are we also somehow subconsciously or unconsciously seeing ourselves as separate from other things, including being separate from the thing that we want to manifest, but we're seeing ourselves as not one part of the whole, but as a part of something that's not whole. whole, a part of something that is individual and separate. So it's like when you plug yourself in energetically to that whole, and it's like, I want not only $1,000 for my bank account, but for everyone's bank account, then you are somehow merging with the energy of the whole universe or the whole multiverse or all of life. And it just makes you more powerful, more magnetic, because it actually takes you closer to the truth of who you are. And it makes whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest not separate from you, but it is you. And that's really what it is anyway. And that's why any of us are actually able to manifest and use the law of attraction to our benefit, because we really are all one. We're just all having the experience that we're separate and individuated. And my third favorite tip for how to manifest things in your life would be to understand energy. Now, my understanding of energy is that essentially there are two kinds of energy in the world. There is harmony and disharmony, and it's basically a spectrum. So things are vacillating between harmonious and disharmonious, or somewhere in between that spectrum, but those are the two ends. And when you are in that flow state and you're able to manifest things and everything is going right, you are in a harmonious frequency with yourself and with life. And most likely those are the times when you really are feeling that oneness. You're feeling that wholeness. You're not feeling separate from anything or anyone else. You're feeling one with. However, when you find yourself in a not so good place, when things just are not working out and it's just one problem after another in life, and anytime you want to manifest something, it seems really hard, and you just feel like, oh God, maybe the law of attraction is not even real, and all those sorts of thoughts. Well, in that case, you're likely experiencing the disharmonious end of that energetic spectrum. And in disharmonious energy, we are feeling separate from the thing that we want to manifest, and there's a lot of resistance between who we are and what we want to manifest. So the best thing to do is to really observe yourself throughout the day and throughout your life, to start to notice when that disharmonious state starts to kick in, where things don't feel like they're going so well, or when you're not able to manifest the thing that you want to manifest. Then asking the question, what is the best or quickest way for me to get into a harmonious state? So identifying whatever is causing the disharmony. Maybe you're upset and you feel a resentment against somebody in your life because of something that they did, and this is causing your energetic frequency to just be completely disharmonious, and now a lot of things are not going right for you. Well, maybe you can say, okay, I need to do some forgiveness work with this person. That would put my energetic frequency back in harmony, because remember, forgiveness is not about the other person, it's about you. Or maybe you're feeling triggered by something that happened at work or happened in your relationship, and then you can do the healing work to understand what is at the root of this trigger. Maybe doing some inner child work, or maybe just sitting with your emotions and having a dialogue with them and asking your emotion to tell you what information it has for you. Why am I feeling triggered by this thing that happened to me? Why is it bothering me and creating so much blocked energy in my field and in my life that I'm not able to be on track with the life that I want to live? And a lot of times when it comes to being in harmony versus being in disharmony, it can have to do with the material that is in our subconscious and unconscious mind. Because remember, all of the experiences and circumstances that make up our lives are already an energetic match to who we are. But a lot of times who we are is not just that 5 to 10% of our psyche that is conscious, but more so within that 90% that is subconscious and unconscious, which might have to do with childhood wounding, repressed aspects of our psyche or personality. It could have to do with some of the deep-seated belief systems that we inherited from our caretakers and the world while growing up. And so sometimes in order to get into harmony instead of disharmony, we actually have to reach for some deeper tools to go into the subconscious and unpack what is there in in order to heal it and integrate it and be back on that harmonious track with life, to really become one with ourselves and whatever it is we're wanting to manifest. So if you want to learn more about the subconscious mind, some tools to unpack it and how it plays a role in our ability to manifest, then go ahead and click the video on the screen, because I go into detail about that topic in that video. But other than that, let me know how you liked this video. If you have any other tips you want to share about manifestation, drop them in the comments below. Consider subscribing to my channel and liking this video. Thank you so much for watching, and talk to you soon.